Turn my headphones up. All right.
Damn, Jay,
It's 8:15 with the Trap Queen. 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 You know the vibes. Yeah, you know the vibes. What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Loves Trap content. And we are back with another power recap / discussion, okay? Yes, episode 5, season 5, y'all. This was a good episode. It was a lot going on. I'm like, it may take a little minute to get through it all because we want to touch the important parts. But yeah, this was a great episode. A lot of things going on. Of course, it's like a mid-season finale, so they had to amp it up a bit, but I'm excited to discuss it with you guys in the chat. And of course, the ladies that's coming through tonight to talk about it. Before I even bring people up here, y'all need to just get y'all manners right, okay? I need y'all to make sure this video is liked, all right? If you're not subscribed, please sure. Come on. What are we doing here? Like, get the cardio going with the pointer finger, the middle finger, the pinky, the big toe, baby toe. I don't care what y'all use. Make sure y'all tapping them screens and liking these videos, okay? Because we're working hard over here, okay? All right. Okay. As I wait for my AC to kick on because it's hot. All right. So if I'm sweating up in here, talking about this show, the least y'all could do is like this video. All right. So are you ready backstage? All right, of course we got, Moochie over here because, we got a lot to talk about, Moochie.
Okay, what's up?
We got a lot to talk about, child. Ghost was acting his behind off this episode, okay? But yes, I'm ready to talk about it.
He done choked. He done choked out Councilman Zay and forgot he was in a room full of people.
Ghost came out and James should have been over here representing, okay? That Ghost freaked out real quick, okay?
Andre looked like a scared child. Dre looked like a scared child in the corner. Did you see him?
I think I did peep that. Yeah, I was so flustered.
Like, oh, if he choking this nigga,
I know.
What you think he gonna do to me?
Tate thought he saw a ghost, I'm sure. He's like, what the hell going on? But thank everybody that's on, live. If you're not watching it live, let's go get back in the comments, okay? If you're watching the replay. But yes, we have Rashandra, we have Samira, Candy, DeMarcus, Cool Gamer, Mr. Jones, Big Wolf, Matthew Wilson. How y'all doing tonight? Put a thumbs up in the chat if y'all doing good. Put a thumbs down if you're not really feeling that good. And hopefully we can, reverse that, okay? Because we're here to have a good time this hour, okay? Because we're talking about power.
Mm-hmm.
So, Moochie, Lord.
Yes.
Let's just start off. It started off a little interesting, okay? Because we have Tommy over here, okay? And apparently they were summoned by Vincent, okay? Because he's looking at, Teresi's handmaid. And I hate this. I really caught a blank with this young fella's name. It's Teresi's homeboy. Oh my God. I cannot believe
I forgot his name too.
Oh my God. It's throwing me off because y'all know I'm doing this power rewatch. So I apologize, y'all. DeMarcus, help a sister out. Please. Because I done got...
So you want to know who Teresi's friend is?
Sammy. Thank you, DeMarcus.
Sammy, okay.
Put you on payroll when I really start making the big bucks on YouTube.
I know he's gonna be on a couple people payroll.
Because I don't know why. I don't know everything before I get on live, and then I just go blank. Sorry, y'all. Thank you, DeMarcus. Thank you, Candy. Y'all definitely the MVPs. So yes, Tommy and Sammy, they're at the bar. Every mobster crew, they got a little spot, if you will. So they're at the spot, and they're like, okay, why we got summoned? Okay, hey Miss K, thank you.
Hey Miss K.
So of course Sammy was like, I don't care why we here, but I'm not covering for your ass again, okay? So make that clear, all right? And so Vincent and Teresi walk in. And so Vincent was like, yeah, that little shootout, that little drive-by, something ain't sitting right with me. What was going on? So of course, Tommy had to confess that he really didn't handle the people he had beef with because he told Vincent that it's handled. All right. So Vincent was like, dang, y'all could have come to us. Like, we know how to get hits done. Like, why you playing with us? Like, Vincent probably was like, this fool over here, no, we got the reputation to get things done, and he still lied and did not get things done. And I got shot in the process. So he probably, at this point, is a mess. It's a mess. So Vincent was like, Teresi, these your people. Choose one. What did you feel about that? Like, how was it?
This whole I was like, is he really gonna not do Sammy? And is he gonna do Tommy? Like I was, and then when he turned the gun to him and was like, "I'm sorry," and I was like, "Oh shoot, he actually was gonna take out his boy."
They played with us. They played with us because Tommy already knew. He was like, man, I knew my daddy 10 minutes. I know he ain't gonna choose me.
Yeah, that's basically he's surprised that he was surprised too.
Yeah, because even Sammy knew. He was like, I got this. Like, bye, Tommy. But Vincent had, Teresi the gun, and Teresi, of course, he played it very, very well, but he ends up trying to shoot Sammy, and of course, there's no bullets. So he, it's weird because it's kind of like an awkward situation now because it's like, dang, you was about to kill me.
Exactly.
I thought
like you was about to take me out.
Yes.
And you just met this guy? Because that's what he basically want to say.
Facts. That's like, okay, putting Tommy in the ghost position. They know, pretty much in their head that they say regardless of who is over there on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's awkward between Sammy and Teresi. They, told Tommy to go somewhere, but Sammy was like, ain't been nothing but mayhem since you came around. I was like, yeah, Tommy, you causing a whole lot of drama with these mobsters. Like, they don't need this heat. They don't need this heat at all. But Tommy goes looking like a little troublemaker. And yeah, he was like, you was going to shoot me over him? You don't even know this fool.
I know, right?
But we starting off with the craziness, okay? This scene bothered me, Moochie. We got to break this dialogue down. We starting off with Tariq and Ghost, okay? So he picked Tariq up, and Tariq was like, why do I have to come home for my birthday dinner? I'm like, fool, it's your birthday dinner.
Like what?
What, you gonna have a cupcake at Choke in the lunchroom? What you talking about? I'm like, oh, y'all with the shits with this conversation. So, and Ghost, this is the part of the dialogue that's interesting. Ghost is like, well, your mother wants you here. He said he wanted me, and he said, your mother wants you here. I'm like, damn, you could have said we.
I know, right?
But I'm like, okay, Ghost, I'm gonna let it go. So, he was also telling Tariq, like, you should have let me know what's going on. No, he said, your mother told me about the conversation y'all had. And so Tariq started talking, and he was like, well, I'm sorry, Dad, I was going to tell you. So Tariq is thinking Ghost is talking about his confession to Tasha, to saying that he saw Ray killed Raina. But Ghost is talking about Tasha telling Tariq about their drug dealing life. And Ghost is pretty much saying, that's your mom's version. When you get a lot older, I'm going to tell you, the version, my story. Right now, I want to protect you, from things that nobody protected me from. But Moochie, I know you can agree, Ghost, it's too late.
Yeah, you having this conversation now, and this is way too late. This is the conversation that you should have had, like, after the kidnapping. Okay? After the kidnapping. It's like they didn't even talk about what happened to him. He hugged him and kissed him, and that was that. Wipe the blood off the shirt, boy.
But I was annoyed. I'm like, Ghost, you keep talking about childhood. This boy is about 16 at this point. Like, it's a wrap, okay? It's a wrap. You got one dead kid. You might as well be transparent with the one you have alive, and that seemed a little bit troubled at this point.
Exactly.
So we have Tasha and Silver. They at the bakery, and she's, about to order cakes. Well, one cake for the, the twin that's still alive. Okay, and so the baker, he pretty much knows. He was like, Tasha, your annual order, like, this time of the year, one strawberry, one chocolate. And so of course, she has a little breakdown because she's ordering one cake this year. And of course, Silver is there to, help her and her being
Mm-hmm.
and he's all, talking about, being under the influence of ghosts. I'm like, Silver, little do you know, Tasha be over there making plays, like,
she be setting up the plays. All right, we're gonna do this, that, and remember that goes. Please, I just don't get her.
Do you think it would have ever worked between them two?
Terry Silver
and Tasha. Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Yeah. I think she would have been bored eventually. Like, it would have been cute being, legit. But after
she would have got bored after a while.
Yeah, she would have been like Monet over there watching.
She would have called up freaking Tommy, and they would have been in that car smoking a L and talking. And next thing you know, she'll be back to her ways.
What's going on, y'all? What's tea? Like, she was. Yeah, I'll put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Terry Silver and Tasha would have, made it through their little love journey. Put a 2 if you like, hell no. Okay. I just want to know what the people think. So Angie over there, how she be doing, halfway working. So she tells Tamika that she noticed that Mock and Sax has turned the tracker on of Tommy's vehicle. So, she's like, well, I need to know what's going on. They can't be over there keeping secrets and not telling me, that undermines my authority. So Tamika was like, I will handle them. So pretty much all of them have a meeting and they're discussing how they need to give up the Jimenez case. But Angie is over there like, no, we need to go ahead and pursue this. I think for a couple of reasons. One, it takes the heat off of Ghost and Tom,
Mm-hmm.
She wants to redeem her reputation, in terms of, just because it's looking real still state. People still, looking at her like a hoe.
She is. How do you say stink her?
A turkey hoe, okay.
No, you don't went from coworker to
criminal.
Criminal to coworker. And that's what she did too.
Mm-hmm. And still got promoted.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't think twice, I would have think she was over there with Tamika. Because I'm like, Tamika. And I was thinking about this, Moochie. If I had Mock and Angie as options, I'm not really choosing Angie. Like, it's too much going on, too much drama. Like, I really feel like it helps us as the viewers and, pro ghost people.
Yeah, and then you just come off the heels of this whole mishap and you pick her.
I don't get it. I don't get that decision. But of course, we needed that to happen, of course, to help out a lot of things that's going on. But I'm like, Tamika, I'm not feeling your choice here, okay? Demarcus said, do you think Tasha and Silver would have worked? Okay, I would love to hear and you express more of that. Please elaborate. Miss K said, hell no. Okay. Matthew
Prostitute demanding.
All right, let me know if you're ready, boo, backstage. All right, so we have, Miss Monique Nicole over here helping with the breakdown. How you doing tonight?
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Is that snake skin you have going on?
I was just getting ready to ask that.
Just a little.
Just a little.
What is a snake? Or like, what is it?
I don't know. I guess it's snake skin. I don't know.
Giving off some kind of snake skin.
Okay.
Somebody got a date later.
Mm-hmm. Let me find out.
Okay.
Let me find out.
I ain't mad, y'all. I ain't mad.
Neither am I. So enjoy yourself.
Yes. Hey,
Childish.
Auntie. So we over here, talking about these raggedy people, child.
Oh,
So
Lord.
so Tamika mostly dismissed Angie from the meeting, and Tamika tells Mock and Sax, like, Angie know what y'all up to, so I'm gonna need y'all to find something by the end of the day, or you gotta cut that tracker off. And of course, Mock, we'll have it by the end of the day. And so Donovan, he's questioned, she was like, are they right about Angie? I got something to tell you. And I'm like, oh. So he pretty much tells Tamika that, Angie had him confiscate all those records from Tyke Blanca.
Yep.
Angie, if you only knew, child. So this scene was hilarious. Tommy giving Ghost and Kanan the recap of the little shootout with the mob or whatever. Well, not the mob, but he thinks it's Dre's goons. Tommy and Ghost had their own little plan. But as Tommy's telling his, the story, Ghost is looking at Kane and they looking at each other like
Ghost was like, nigga, I thought I told you nobody was supposed to get hurt. Boy, what? Like he gave him that look like your parents used to give you, like, if you don't sit your ass down. He gave that look like,
yeah. Kanan looking like, what do you want me to do?
I mean,
see, it's a good thing I showed up.
Thank you, Kanan. Thank you.
You gonna do this all night? You gonna do this all night,
I just need a picture of Tyke T Blanca and then I'm good.
Oh gosh. He said Tasha have work. DeMarcus got a trophy. Oh god. So, child. So Tommy's like, yo, the Italians, they done with me. Like, I'm effed. Like, I really don't have no, people to distribute my good old drugs. All right. And so Ghost, and this is the part where I'm like, Tommy, you just need the brain cells ain't coagulating, okay? Because Ghost was like, why would Teresi choose his day one and versus you? And Tommy's like, because I'm his son. I'm like, Tommy, he never had no good parents. He don't know. Right?
Even Tommy was in denial with this, so I don't understand why he said that to Ghost.
Because he wants to believe
to prove a point.
Yeah, to prove exactly, Monique.
He's my father.
Like what Kanan said last week. He said, Tommy having a daddy is like having a new puppy. You damn right. Tommy. But of course, he believes it's Dre. And he's like, Dre gotta die tonight, Ghost. Like, we have a little hiccup, okay? Dre is now partnered with me in the Queen's House Project via Tate. Now, Tate I ain't effing with Dre, so he knows if Dre come up dead or missing, I'm behind it. So we gotta push that. So Tommy upset. He is hella upset about Dre, not being on a number one kill list or what have you. But Ghost ends up leaving, but before he does, he hands Tommy a check of clean money because that's what he needs. Of course, Kanan's peeping all of this, and he tells Tommy like, "Yo, we need to just take Dre's organization from underneath him. I know he beefing with Cristobal low key, so go ahead and move in on that." And Tommy was like, "I don't know, we gonna need Ghost." He said, "See, that's what happened. Ghost got you thinking you need him."
Yup. He just gonna turn him like he already gonna start the division.
Kanan is such a manipulator. He's always grinning. He be pissing me off when he walk off and he be grinning all the damn time. Like, nigga, wipe that smirk off your face. He be grinning when he walk away from them.
Yes. What's up, Brillo? Thank you for coming.
What's up, Brillo?
So we see, Kanan, he's over there trying to, spin them wheels in Tommy's brain. And I swear, Tommy just
he falls for it.
How you be home and you don't want all the lights on. You just be having one light on in the house. I think Tommy brain be working sometimes. Don't be on like. I'm like, Tommy, come on, get it together. But of course, Kanan, he over there dropping some information to Tommy. And so he leaves it. I love the little scenes where he leaves the scene and he grinning real hard. I'm like, Kanan, you a man.
You pissing me off with that grin.
Oh, guys, Brillo.
Here goes Brillo.
But your grandson ain't. Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, Daria. Brillo said Kanan was keeping it 100. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think he was showing Tommy things that he wasn't really thinking because he has Ghost as a crutch, low key. But they've been partners for so long, so I can understand why at the same time. But I'm for damn sure know that Ghost knows he can run this organization without Tommy.
Facts.
But that's neither here nor there, okay? Stern.
Oh, here goes Stern. We already have a black. We already have a black.
You know, could you believe him, yo?
He give two shits about being P. See, he don't even care. Some Dre
don't care.
Dre seems a little redundant. I'm like, how you gonna call a whole person redundant? Moochie. Like,
what? We already have a black.
Oh, he's trying to advocate. He's like, my blood, sweat, and tears is up in this. Like, Dre is not needed. But Stern, he's over there. I come back in the country, and I was over there to find myself, not to come to this bullish.
But he's begging to be in this spotlight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't really need to be in this spotlight. It's not like Rain is not getting he's not putting the program is still going to be in her name. I don't understand what the big deal was about this. So you could have the limelight. You didn't need that.
Yeah.
Just like what Kanan said. This nigga always want to be on TV.
He did say that. He's like, just like y'all pretty muffers always want to be on TV. Monique, you was about to say something.
No, she's talking about Ghosts, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's 80% wanting the credit spotlight, but I think a good part of it is Dre. Dre is in crouching in a lot of parts dealing with Ghosts. Dre is over there. He done led Tariq to Ray. He done took his, he was under him, as his club. And Stern tells Ghost towards the end of the episode, like, you created this man. So it's like, low key, you created a monster. So I can understand Ghost was like, damn, I done taught this boy everything he know almost. Because he got something to do with it a little bit with terms of the savagery. But he's like, damn, like this boy is pretty much low-key taking my life away from me. He over there in the club business. He over there in the drug business. Now he over there, inserting himself in my daughter's memorial that he said that's his idea. That's his brainchild. So I get it, but it's like you said, Moochie, it's pretty much completed at this point, in terms of things get set up. So why you tripping? But
I know, right? I just didn't understand that. Like, you don't need to even be out in the open like that.
No. Tommy and Kanan was like, stay off the TV, bro. What are we doing? But Ghost, it's like a little bit of narcissistic behavior. He's very
a little.
I know I was being. Oh my God, Moochie, I want you to try to give your version of this, okay? Because Teresi and Sammy is hurting over here because Sammy done kicked them out the business and they don't know what to do. I mean, they ain't about to go over to LinkedIn and start filling out no applications. So they trying to figure out what their next step is. So he was like, Tommy, he can help us set up. So Sammy was asking Teresi, though, what's the status of that? Well, they really want Tommy's moolie. I'm like, oh, that word moolie. It's low-key funny, even even know it was like a slur.
Mm-hmm.
But Sammy was like, which one? I'm like, over here. So Moochie, can you just do that line a little better? You know, just say Mooly a little more in your best
Look, he really wants Tommy's move. So I don't even consider that snitching.
Monique,
Oh Lord.
so we have Angie over here learning from Tamika that she knows about, the tracker that Mock and Sax put on Tommy's vehicle.
Mhm.
And she was like, well, I really can't trust that you won't remain objective, Angie. That's why we didn't tell you. And of course, Angie's upset because, she feels that it's undermining her authority, which,
Mhm.
she's correct. But, but I think before you got on, Monique, me and Moochie was saying, we don't really think that Tamika made a good decision. Of course, moving Angie up and promoting her versus Ma, because she told her, like, you have weaknesses and I need to learn how to manage them. And technically, I mean, I've been in management before, so I understand that. But if you had those two options, Monique, I know for the storyline, we had to, have Angie move up. But do you think Tamika was a hot mess, like not promoting Mock instead?
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I mean, I guess for a storyline, but I mean, it was not the best decision. It was just didn't make sense, really, with everything that happened, the history of the office, all that occurred. It should have went to Mock for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you over here sleeping with everybody. I mean, I know I'm being dramatic, but you sleep with everybody. You don't put a whole man in jail. He was actually innocent. It was too much.
Blew up your whole team.
Like I said, I don't know any other position, or situation where that would really happen with somebody with all it, unless you sleep with the person that promoted you, or
right,
or some type of nepotism going on. But I'm just like, Tamika, I don't. Child, that wig, child, Tamika. Oh, I'm so glad they.
I'm so glad they upgraded her wigs later on because
this season, the season in Ghost, her wigs was better.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
I was so mad at them wigs, yo. I'm like, look at this. It looked like a little bouffant. It looked like she's supposed to be singing with the Supremes. What the heck?
Yes. I call it the helmet of salvation, child.
You said that. Wait, did you say the helmet of salvation?
Oh my gosh.
Yo,
you can tell that thing don't move. Okay, they plot that thing on the mannequin, and that thing did not move. Like
very stiff.
Yes, very much. But I'm glad for the upgrade. I mean, they don't really do wigs that great on this show because Tasha's wigs is always questionable.
I mean, Tasha's wigs were not bad. They weren't bad.
It was just she was that one of them looked bad. One of them I wanted to really go through the screen and brush it and stuff.
Just a little moisturizer,
like
it was. I feel like they could have did better with the budget, but now they doing better because the budget is up with the spinoffs, child. Because the wardrobe alone.
No, definitely.
Oh Lord. So I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about Kendrick Lamar, aka Laces, his insertion in a character in this episode. He's playing a Flocka head, and he does a lot to help Kanan, pull off some hits. So what do y'all think about him just in this role?
I thought he was cool, yo. I thought it was like I wasn't like expecting to see him in that manner, and then when I realized it was him, I was like, "Oh shoot, he playing a fiend."
Yeah,
and he was funny too.
Very funny, very funny. He played a crackhead very well. Did an excellent job. I think he surprised a lot of people. I really want to see him in more acting roles because this was pretty decent,
Yeah. After this was the time when Courtney Kemp will do like a 3-minute explanation of the episode.
Yes.
After she said, "Cool is if you're, a celebrity or have a name, you are supposed to play opposite of what you are known for. So she had a conversation with Kendrick, like, hey, what's the furthest thing that people would expect for you to be, you know, in terms of a character? And he said, well, crackhead. So that's, you know, why they decided on having him play, you know, a drug abuser on there.
And then he got the bike with the basket.
Yes, we about to get into that. DeMarcus said Tony Teresi is not snitching on Tommy, just like B. Mickey didn't snitch on Meech. They ratted on other people. Yeah, I meant to highlight this one. You said, who would I rather have as a lawyer, Tamika or Terry? It's hard because they both stickler for the rules. And if I'm doing something illegal, I need somebody that's gonna bend the rules. I'm gonna say Tamika because she did have a little more, like, she was more empathetic, I feel like, when it came to situations like with Tariq. I feel like she knew Tariq was guilty for a good bit, but still try to help him. Terry is just he's too judgmental for me. What about you, Monique? Who would you rather have?
That's a tough one because, like you said, they both have similarities. I think I'll go with
I'm sorry, it cut out. Repeat that.
Oh, yeah, you froze.
Oh, my bad. I think I'll go with Tamika.
Tamika, okay. Moochie, who would you have between Tamika or Terry Silver as a lawyer if you had to choose?
Tamika. She showed more compassion.
Yeah, I was saying that. Yeah. Terry, too judgmental. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if I was
and his sarcasm.
Yeah, if I was sleeping with Terry, then I would have chose Terry because I know he has that. But if I'm not,
if you was, he'd be like, "What are you? I can only be one, your lover or your lawyer.
I can't be both.
I can't be both."
He said, "I can't be your lawyer and your secretary working every day of the week." Okay.
You see, I'm gonna be your lover or your lawyer.
I'm like, Terry, you can't multitask. You're a whole lawyer. Don't tell me you can't be over here with the multitasking, child. So dramatic. Oh, we about to get into him. But long story short, you know, Laces, he was trying to sell, of course, Kanan some gift cards. We already know that's a scam. So he ends up selling him a bike. And, you know, he mentioned something about Spanish Negroes. And Kanan was like, oh, you know some Tainos? He was like, yeah. So they devised a plan for, you know, try to get some get back, because you already know, you know, the Tainos was the ones that tried to, you know, jump him at his, you know, actually the home that he's
at the grandma's house, at the old lady house,
his
with her church pillow.
Yes,
that he smothered her with.
when we first of all we hear Mobb Deep, Survival of the Fittest, and then we see Kanan with his little bell riding his bike with his basket. When I tell you, I holler because I forgot about this location. Like, so this funny. Was hilarious. Kanan on a bike. I remember my little bike. I had my little basket. Couldn't tell me nothing. But he ends up killing the Taino, and you know they start a little partnership, if you will. Hey, Queen, thank you for coming through. So this is annoying me. Because James, that's what Angie's so smart, dumb. James, I'm going to say James when it comes to Angie. He invites and calls Angie to a sneaker shop to help look for shoes for Tariq because it's his birthday, he mentioned. And of course, she was like, you need me to help with shoes for a teenager? So he kind of sneaks in that he's a choke man. So I think he wanted to kind of brag a little that Tariq's in choke, maybe brighten her, you know, up a little bit to like, hey, you know, I'm trying to do the good thing, trying to be legit. And she got the nerve to say, well, James, I just can't go back and forth. You know, first it was the coffee, now this. I'm like, first of all, Heifer, you called him for coffee the other night. What you talking about?
You know?
I don't want to get sucked in, Jamie. And he was like, well, I'm sorry, you know, just, you know, it being Raina's, you know, birthday and all. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. How the hell you ain't realize these Tariq's birthday?
They're twins.
Raina's birthday.
You know?
Same thing. I thought the same.
Like, duh.
Oh my God, what bar exam did you take? Please let me know, because I'm about to take it if you could figure that out. she's so stuck on trying to play hard to get. You over here, these fools had the same birthday.
You know they was twins.
See, that's when she was all sucked into that man. She won't worry about them kids, okay?
That part.
She probably don't even know Yaz's name for real.
And the baby. That's what she probably calls her.
You know when you forget somebody's name, you gotta call them by a nickname or something.
Yeah, or a little princess.
Oh gosh. Ends up calling her, so she had to leave. But we see Teresi over there feeding information to Mock and Sax, and he was like, well, Tommy's over there, he got some beef with a guy named Dre. And they was like, well, we need a little more. We need to build a Rico case, so we need more details for a Rico. So of course he's pressed. All right. Then I love the get back scene. Dre comes into the office and we see Quinn, of course, familiar face from P Valley.
Oh yeah, that's Mississippi.
And so long story short, Dre signed a non-compete clause when he was working with James. And of course, James figured out, I could use this. Yeah, he's threatening to sue. And of course, she said Karen is not about that. They don't F with non-complete clauses, so you're fired.
And don't come back to truth either.
Yeah, that little fundraiser we have planned tonight. Yeah,
you're not allowed in the building.
I just love these moments, even though Ghost is a cheating scumbag most of the time. Things like this, I'm like, yes, use your brain. And of course, we see this a lot with Tariq as well, which is why I enjoy watching Tariq. But do y'all have anything to add regarding any of these scenes or what have you?
No,
I mean, he thought he had it in the bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a nice plan.
Katie Love said she took 50 Cent 21 questions test. I had to be some easy questions.
Hey, Candy Love.
Yeah, Queen said her name, baby girl. Yes. Oh gosh, but yes, I love to see. So Dre, he looks real shook and nervous because the way he was able to get in with the Jimenez is he pulled a card, letting him know like, hey, I have access to these clubs and we can sell drugs in these clubs. So he's real shook. I think he peed in his pants a little bit, but we gonna have to see. Angie calls Proctor and it was like, hey, do you want to be a lawyer again? So she apparently asked Proctor to set up a meeting with Tommy. She's not really, of course from her point of view, yes, it looks like possibly Tommy is working with the Jimenez because she has the tracker and he was at the location at the little hangar, what have you, when they got arrested. So it does make sense, if you wasn't working with them. So I get her point of view, but she tries to get him to pretty much snitch and offer him immunity to get the Jimenez. And yeah, before that, Proctor did tell Tommy like, hey, just be careful with Teresi. It still looks on the up and up, but you gotta be careful with Teresi. All right. Mm-hmm. But Angie, she just had these cocky moments, and I'm just like, I'm over it. But what do you think about, just this whole Angie and Tommy situation with Proctor? Any of y'all?
Oh, I feel like with her, she's doing too much once again. Why are you doing all of this?
Yeah.
Like, even though the guy already took over the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing at this point?
She's doing her own thing. She wants to prove her point and get the bad guys and all that stuff.
It's all annoying.
By any means necessary.
It's all annoying. Very much so, Monique. And Proctor also, was telling him like, yeah, you need to take this. Like, this is a good deal, okay? What if they found out about Malcolm? He was like, well, they shouldn't find out about Malcolm because Proctor still, shook about this whole.
He's shook.
Yeah. He's scared. He's so scared of Tommy. Poor Proctor.
I'd be scared of Tommy too. Shit. Yeah, I'm psychopath.
That is bad.
Mm.
We'll see that
Crazy.
later on too. Oh, he had
DeMarcus, can you highlight DeMarcus' comment?
this one.
Yeah.
Mark, you said Tommy should have taken out Angela and Proctor right there on side.
With the tracker in her hand? Really? I don't think so. No.
Oof,
Shoot, you don't even know if that thing is still on.
that's facts.
And not my Proctor. My Proctor didn't do anything at that point.
Nah, he ain't do nothing.
Marcus. I mean, Angie, maybe maybe would have followed her to kill her, and I would have been okay with that.
Yeah, but she still got the what you call it in her hand. Not this. It wouldn't be the good moment.
Yeah, because we're not sure. I feel
No.
like I don't know. Yeah, it's still probably technically working because Tamika gave Mock, and Sax a day, so I don't know if it's
Yeah.
So yeah, the timeline is a little iffy, so we just got to be careful, okay? DeMarcus, you just want him to jump out there.
Yeah, man. He already jacked up. Look what happened with the freaking Homeland Security dude.
Yes.
That was like an unexpected offing.
Yeah. Oh, and I got to shout out this scene is filmed in my hood, so I had to I was happy to see that.
Okay.
But I like seeing that. So we're at the fundraiser at Truth.
Oh Lord.
And Teresi, I'm sorry, not Teresi, Lord Teresi, think about me,
Simon Stearns.
Stern was like, look at there, James. Look at Andre. He's here. I'm like, Ghost is part. Andre's like that net that just can't.
He seemed like he was instigating it.
Oh, the two blacks are going at it. I know he was probably fantasizing.
You know?
Let him go. So of course, James had to press him like, yo, like, what's going on, Tate? Why is he here? Well, Dre told me about the unforeseen circumstance with his employment. So I think there's a lot of prospects here. I'm like, first of all, you're not about to be trying to get hired over here in my club. Like, I swear to God, I don't think I wanted I don't know. I probably did want Tate dead at this point when I originally watched this. But right now, I'm like, Tate, you so lucky you a public figure right now because you will be gone.
Wow.
Like, too much.
Mm-hmm.
But he, tried to get Dre a job, child. And, Stern, he's like, you created that boy. You'll be able to figure out. So I'm like, yeah, Stern. Like, it's funny because, I don't know. That's why I really thought, like, in book 2 that RSJ and Tariq would kind of have like a Stern Ghost relationship.
That's what I was thinking too. I so thought it was gonna be like that, and we was gonna find see a dark side of him, just because of the fact he played Chris Partlow on The Wire. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see that mean streak.
Yeah, and I think it's still possible. Of course,
I agree.
Yeah, but I thought I was going to see a little inkling of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, meanwhile, Tasha is texting Ghost, dinner is ready. Did you get the cake? So we're gonna see if he got the cake, anime. And then I love when they insert these little things. So Tariq's at the dinner and Kanan texts him, "What up, fam?" Like they used to always put in this little funny text from Kanan, using these little emojis. Tasha over there texting Silver, and of course, Mama over there. Who you texting, Tasha?
Nosy ass.
She see right through her.
Yeah, but do y'all really think Big Mama is really caring about their marriage or securing that bag and that rent money? I think it's
securing the bag, but I think a little bit of both.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, mainly because the fact of, she just lost a granddaughter.
Yeah.
She kind of wants to keep the family,
together.
intact.
Yeah.
But I'm not for the toxicness. Like if they go so well, Big Mama, she's low key like let that man cheat in peace. I feel like that's the type of time she on.
That's a good man, Savannah.
Right.
Like the waiting to exhale mother.
Yeah, she never even seemed like really like motherly to go. Like you never seen like that type of affection. She always just kind of had an attitude most of the time. Like
yeah.
All right, Big Mama. But they're over here. Ghost is not there, okay? And Tommy awkwardly asked Tasha, "Is Ghost coming?" And she like, "Do you see the nigga here?" Like,
he like, dang, Tasha, I'm just asking the question.
I love Tommy, but at the same time, I swear to God, that one thing I really be on. So he was like, "Well, I got a surprise for Tariq." So they go downstairs. He lets Tariq test drive
Oh, I love that scene.
the car, which was real cute. I love that little scene. But he was like, "Pull over, Reek." He was like, "You was the one that snitched. You snitched on me and your daddy, and you done told Dre we was out to get him." He was like, "Yeah, it was me." And long story short, he tells Tommy that Dre helped him get his enemy, Ray Ray. And he was like, "Well, what you did really got me in trouble. Like, I could have died the other night because of your ass. And I may be going to jail if I don't figure this ish out. Or I may still die." And Tariq had the gall to say, "Well, if you would have told me everything." Like, what the fuck?
What you mean if I would have told you everything? You a kid.
You a fucking, I'm sorry. You a freaking kid. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Speak
He pisses me off every time he utters those type of words, talking about something. Well, maybe if you would have told me the truth, maybe I would have. Nigga, what? No, you are a child. I don't have to tell you everything. But maybe if you would have told me the truth.
Like, what I look like telling you all my business about my illegal.
You know?
Oh my God. Tariq, you.
I'm so irritating.
Moochie, I'm sure this is the time when you want to get the belt.
Of course.
How to get that belt.
Yes, poor ass.
This is when he really needed. Yeah. Talking about you should have told me everything. What? Who are you?
You should just mind your business. And Dre would have been dead by now. And Tommy wouldn't be in this heat with the Italians.
You know?
Christ. Hate support game, and you said plot twist. Ghost purposely missed Tariq's birthday because he resents him, Marina dying, and she can't enjoy her special day.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we about to get into that. So meanwhile, Laces and Kanan, they still over there killing the Tainos. Okay, so they dropping like flies. All right, and some of the blood got on. It was a lot.
Yeah, that was gross.
I was like, "Ooh, Kendrick." How did that feel? I'm just saying. I know it was fake blood, but still, just the thought of it. And then they did mix in a lot of like deep dialogue with Laces, kind of making him seem like he was very, knowledgeable and smart, even though he was, a drug abuser. It was kind of, sneaking in there. I feel like that because not to say if Kendrick Lamar was a crackhead, but just say they were still using like intelligence, for his role. He wasn't just like a
dumb crackhead. Yeah.
Queen Yolanda, you said New York parents don't tell me anything. All they do is lie. Yeah, you was the kid. Shut up. But Laces, hit him with the program. Yeah, that's how my mother was.
She meant to say my parents. She meant to say my parents.
Oh, my parents. Oh, okay. Okay, but I said New York parents. I said I can't speak for any other state, but my parents damn sure ain't tell me shit. And the child's place. Speak when you're talking to. You're only such and such years old. Like, I feel like they got a whole script.
Shut up, or I'll give you something to cry about.
Yes.
So abusive when you think about it.
I know.
It's very abusive.
Bro, I remember my mama ain't really beat me like that, but my stepdaddy, I swear, one time he got mad at me for getting his old belt, the raggedy belt. He was like, "Oh, you gonna get the raggedy belt?" "Yeah, because I ain't no fool. Why I'm gonna get you your good belt?" Like, come on, you got me effed up. Like, come on. That's the most raggedy belt I saw. Oh, sorry, give me PTSD. Yeah, I should call him and curse him out, but I'm not. He was trying to make me a good kid. And I was getting in trouble for talking too much in school. And see where that led me? I'm on YouTube. So leave me alone, okay? It came I was just practicing.
I always got in trouble for being talkative too.
But
she's talkative.
Monique, it worked out, right?
It worked out. Look at us now.
but they never used to catch the people I was talking with. See, it was
You know, me too.
and then try to threaten to move me around the classroom. I'm gonna talk to that person too. I like everybody.
Look, I done moved your seat several times, and you just spark up a conversation with anybody. And this.
Put me in the corner if you don't want me to talk to nobody. Oh God, oh Lord. Of course my mama be in here laughing. I ain't lying. See, it worked out, right?
I know that's right.
All right, so Terry comes in and saved the day. Da, 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 da. He got the cake, he got the candles, and Tasha was like, Terry, do you want to stick around for a slice? Big Mama said, Tasha, your children are here.
That was so funny. She was like, yeah, Terry, you want to stick around for a slice?
It's the way she said it too. It was
For a
like,
slice?
Look, she drinking wine.
what's your mind on, Big Mama? We just talk about.
Look, Tasha, the kids are here. She act like she was talking about spreading it open and dropping it low.
Real cake. Like, Mama, I'm talking about the cake in the box. Well, that's the cake in the box too. Y'all know what I mean. But of course they get interrupted because the po-po shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now, how you ain't see them in the elevator or in the lobby or the cars pulling up? How you ain't see all of this and you are the lawyer? Where was you?
But they so selective, Moochie, because last episode, Ghost got a call from, the downstairs, like the front desk was like, hey, the detective is on the way up. We didn't get no call. Like, you can't.
You know?
It's bad enough. I got to.
We didn't get no call for none of these detectives.
It's like they pick and choose. They be getting so surprised about these visitors and guests. And I'm like, you over here got a whole doorman or what have you. Like, no.
Everybody coming up to this doggone penthouse. And here come Blanca.
Just popping up all the time.
We have a warrant to search for the premises for a gun. We need to check the ballistics.
Yes, and that's exactly how she sound when she was on that phone. And she thought she was so sweet with that little cop uniform. I said, girl, where you get that from?
No.
Well,
we need to check the ballistics.
But you saw Tasha was a little shook. He was like, yeah, well, maybe we get closer to Raina's killer. So she like, oh shit, what you talking about? And of course, it was good thing that Terry was there, but still a bad thing. Because of course he was able to look at the documents and check the validity of it. And Tasha was like, my gun was stolen, but they made a very intentional scene a couple episodes ago when Terry was helping Tasha bring in boxes and she put the gun in the safe. So he watched her put her gun in her safe. So he knew he was lying.
That's when she was getting everything back from the case. Because remember, they had the gun.
Exactly. So he knows that she was over there in line, okay?
Yeah. Tasha, I know darn well that gun is in that safe.
I watched you put it back in the safe.
Are you covering for James?
Do y'all really think he was that in love with Tasha that he was just being so naive? Like, what is it?
I don't know what she was doing in that room, that bedroom. She was throwing it in the circle, rocking the hula hoop, just like Jess. She was doing all of that.
And the fact that you think of James in such a way, you don't think, you can't have opposites attract, but on some level you have to feel like, okay, if he's a lot dirty, she got to be just a little dirty. But I guess a whiff of that thing, child, he just all lost all sense. But
she said a whiff of that.
She confessed to Terry, pretty much saying that she did it, and Tariq is overhearing it, and you're like, oh, my mom over here taking a fall from me. Terry, what did he say? Repeat that. You said it earlier, Moochie. What did he tell Tasha? You do your
what? Wait.
You're a
I'm
victim.
your. I could be your lover. I could be your lover or your lawyer. I can't be both.
So he tells her either you're a victim or an accomplice. But whenever you figure out which one you're gonna be, you
Call
call.
me.
Call me.
He's so damn dramatic.
You know. And then he gonna storm off.
Yes. He had a little hair. He would have been like this. He would have been like this. He had a little hair. He would have been like.
You know. I know. But I still can't get Stymie out of my mind. So I still see the black hat. He tossed the black hat when you did the
Oh,
hair thing.
Oh
I
my
keep forgetting
gosh.
about that.
Yes, he played Stymie in the Little Rascals. The movie. Pee Wee Stinky.
I cannot.
Hmm.
Yes. Big Wolves of Terry in the simp category. Yes. Child.
What's up, Big Wolf?
So
Oh Lord.
Ghost is drunk as a skunk, child, at this foundation.
When he growling at people.
Shout out to Omari. You did your thing this episode. I
This
swear
was so believable.
I wish we
Mhm.
were together, y'all. This was so hilarious. But while he over there drinking, Tate, announces that we made the funds. We got we made the goal for, the Queen's Child Project. Everybody, woohoo! So Reverend Mastodon, goes to Ghost. He was like, yeah, in the midst of all this celebration, it's really some sorrow, the fact that you lost your daughter. He was like, I, suggest you come, counsel with me, son. He was like, I ain't your son, nigga. Well,
That was
Reverend, he
good.
took it like a G. He was like, all right, son. But most
All
people,
right.
I holler. I ain't your son, nigga.
I ain't your son, nigga.
And so Tate comes over, of course, and he was like, James, we made the goal, yada, yada, yada. He was like, get Dre out my fucking face. I don't want James. He said, I want him out my fucking face.
This nigga be slinging dope.
He was going in there, going crazy in there.
He was dry snitching. Well, really not. He was
He was stitching.
wet snitching. And Tate had the audacity. He was like, you know what? You're not deserving of this moment. You're not deserving to be a part of this. Blah, blah, blah. And Ghost said, what? Ghost, I wish we could do like a cartoon reenactment. This would be so hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Yoked the F up. He was like, do you know I am? I'll kill you. And I'm like, all these little scared white people in the background. And Stern was like,
Over a business deal.
Stern was like, James.
my black is messing up. My black is effing up. Like a little old master. James, gather yourself.
Right. Oh my goodness.
And Ghost, he snapped out of it a little bit. He was like, oh shit. So he like walked out like a little zombie. Everybody looking at him. But Tate was like, no, you done effed up, don't you?
You know you done effed up, right?
Y'all, this probably got to be top 10. Top 10 power scenes. Oh my God. Funny.
Yo, look how everybody was looking at him. That's just, he was like,
do you know who I was like, see, I want Tate to know who the F you are, but you can't tell him. Or at least you can't show him. You can tell him probably. But this scene was so hilarious. He's still doing all this, still ain't making it to the house yet. But the cake says, happy birthday, Raina.
Oh, so sad.
And Big Mom was like, Tasha, you got the wrong cake. She's like, I know.
but she told him not both for the cake.
Well, I think, she
Did she say strawberry?
She said strawberry.
Yeah. She said strawberry. So I think, what do y'all think? Do you think it was like a really like a true mistake?
It was a Freudian, what do they call it? A Freudian slip?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was about to say. I wasn't sure if that kind of applied because it's not really.
A what?
Yeah, Freudian slip. It means like you think you're pretty much saying what you're thinking, but you mean to say like something.
Right.
But yeah, I was thinking it was that, or possibly I think what Tariq was thinking, because he did ask her later on the scene, like, do you wish it was me that was dead instead of Raina? And so she didn't really know how to react, because I really felt like she probably was like,
Well, since you asked, I mean,
No. You are giving us a lot of trouble, and Raina hardly gave us any. Yeah.
you are the reason your sister is dead. So I mean,
You know?
if we're being fair,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, Tariq, I don't think you're prepared for the answer, okay, son? But he was offering to take the charge because he overheard her confessing to Terry. And she was like, just stay out the effing way. Just stay out the way. I'm like, Tasha,
right.
Done. I'm like, Tariq, you have the worst birthday ever, my boy. I want to say I feel bad, but I maybe 5% of me feels bad for Tariq, because
only a little bit of me, a very small, very small percentage.
So, Tasha was taking sleeping pills. We saw that last episode. So he goes in the bathroom, because that's where she kind of stormed off. And he looks at the pills and looks at himself in the mirror. So we get like a little clue, possibly, what's to come with these pills. I originally thought, like, oh boy, you're gonna kill yourself. What's going on? You're off yourself. Like, I was a little nervous when I saw the pills before.
Right.
So Cristobal goes to Dre. He was like, yo, my people is dropping like flies. Like, I think it's an inside job. And he was like, really? He was like, yeah, I think it's too big. I'm like, too big? So if you think it's too big, you think I'm calling the plays. And he was like, well, I should think that way, the way you kind of handle the whole situation with Tommy. I helped you set up Julio and take Tommy's organization. So you probably just repeating the cycle. And so Dre was like, bro, that ain't me. Like, I don't know where you getting this information from, but it's not me. So I'm gonna need you to chill out with that. So they kind of getting off to a little rocky situation. Meanwhile, Teresi, he's over there in Tommy business, child. He notices the check. James. I'm like, why you got that check all willy-nilly, Tommy? Like,
he just told Ghost he wasn't going to show him everything or show him the business.
Oh God, Miss K said Tariq should have took all the pills. Oh God, I cannot. Yes, tell him how you really feel, son. But yeah, Tommy. I'm saying Tommy with a daddy is just bad. Tommy with a daddy is bad. So Diego comes up and visits Dre, and he's like asking, and this is to show how idiotic Diego is, because he's trying to blame Dre for setting him up with his gold gun. And Dre's like, yo, when have I been around you that long to be able to set you up like that? Like, what are we talking about here? And then he pretty much says, I think it's Tommy and Ghost, the ones that's, kind of, setting you up. And so he was like, all right, I remember them. All right, we're going to handle this, but don't tell my sister. Do not tell Alicia. So he a little nervous, because he already know Alicia really the crazy one. That's
we tell Alicia nothing.
You gotta do the finger.
Nothing.
I'm like, yo, Dre. So that's the thing. When you think you ready for something, and you realize you really ain't ready. Like, everybody want to be a boss.
Yep.
You really ain't about that. It really is more than you can chew, boo-boo. So, Dre, are you rethinking this now? You should have been just a number 2 or number 3, because number 1 is Horde, my man. Thank you, Lays. What's up? I appreciate
Lays.
Like the video, y'all. So, y'all, this scene.
Oh, Lord.
How did you feel about Tommy rolling up in Angie's spot?
Creepy ass self. Talk about, I like the plant when the plant was over there by the window. I like that better. Nigga, what?
Tommy, what are you doing here?
Did James tell you where I live? I'm like, no, ho, everybody know where your ass live. You probably got that shit in the yellow pages.
Angela's house.
Like, this is so little slag. You over here working for the government, locking people up, and people just know where you. Like, this is hilarious to me. But he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna use you. I'm gonna use you because we both got the same enemy." And I need to call back to the previous situation with Teresi, because Teresi pretty much told Tommy he's upset that he got kicked out of the business with the mob because he done did a lot of time for the mob. And so he said, based on how I'm feeling right now, I probably should have ran my mouth low key. And Tommy was like, you would have snitched. So, you know, Tommy, how he feel about snitches. But I had to write this down to make sure I got Tony Teresi's snitch definition verbatim. He said, a rat is only a rat if he snitched on someone he should be loyal to. If you inform on someone you don't give two shits about to advance your cause, it's just business. So, mind you, Teresi just said this. And now Tommy's over there at Angie house talking about, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, low-key. So she's still trying to give him an immunity papers. He's like, you really don't know me that well, do you? He was like, give me the tracker. You want to get the Jimenez? I'm going to help you. Give me the tracker. So, child, Moochie, what you feel about this, child?
She's still scared of him. Dude was in her apartment.
Petrified. I wouldn't be able to sleep. No.
Yeah, I would be.
Then talk about he know you move furniture around.
So you've been up in here before, not even.
Exactly. I been up in here waiting for you.
No, yeah, I would have been on what you just had back in the day, little apartment booklet, the apartments like before the internet, like what yeah. But I would have been like searching, finding me a realtor, like get me out of here, because
yeah,
no, I'm gonna need you to do better, Angie, because child. So I think this is the scene I want to talk about.
Oh God, this right here.
It was good and it was heavy. Ghost comes home super late. All right, Tariq over there at the table looking sad, looking at these pills he done stole from his mama. And Ghost come in drunk. He can't even walk across the penthouse good. He flopped his behind. Pop his behind on that couch. And Tariq was like, "You're drunk. I missed the party." Like, no. The father of the year goes to not you, boo, but so they have a not a dialogue, but long story short, Ghost was like, "I'm sorry, son. You know, I was at work. It was for a good cause. You know, Raina's, name is going to be on the building." Tariq says, "Drug dealing ain't no work."
Drug dealing ain't no work.
Would y'all have smacked Tariq, or was he at this point? Would y'all let that slide?
Well, I feel like he shouldn't touch him now because he's drunk.
Okay. So he was like, I was at the club. I wasn't selling no drugs.
Little smart ass. He called him a name though, or something. He's like, "You smart ass," or "You think you know everything," or he said something.
Yeah, he said something. What did he say? I can't. Well, he was like, I gave you everything, and he was like, I want the truth. He was like, what did he say? Oh yeah, he said the truth doesn't matter. And this is the part where I'm like, and that's the thing. Ghost, yes, I feel like he's trying to protect his kids, but I think a lot of that he's looking at the surface level. But Tariq just wants the depth. He wants the truth and the honesty. And Ghost is not thinking that's a part of like the parenting package. He's thinking, okay, if I clothe you, if I feed you, I'm providing. But no, providing goes more further. Like, you really need to teach your kids. You need to lead them by example. You don't have to tell them everything, but I feel like you should equip them with the skills that they need, to be able to be successful in life and to protect. If you really want to protect these kids based on what y'all do out here in these streets, y'all, it's weird because yes, you're selling drugs and you don't want your kids to know, but at the same time, you're selling drugs in a high position. Anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? You got enemies. You never know. Like, you got to keep your kids prepared to keep their head on a swivel. So I feel like they definitely dropped the ball like we always say, when Kanan kidnapped Tariq, after that, like, all right, everything's laid out. Raina, Tariq, sit down on this couch. We about to give you the real deal. Like,
yeah, I do agree with that. Like after the whole Kanan situation, that's when he should have flipped the script and then should have done that. But I also felt like Tariq was entitled,
very
AF, like really entitled, and just felt like he was deserving of all this knowledge and information about their past. And it's like these are not things that people want to divulge and tell their children about, because it's just, it wasn't good. It simply wasn't good. So it's just like, I see both sides. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a balance. You have anything to say about these?
I with him drunk like this, he was a mess, yo. Well, I was just like, Dad, he is messing up.
He is. He was falling everywhere.
He was like inebriated.
He done open that cake, getting his finger. Ghost was a hot mess. And I think partially too, I think Tariq felt Kanan was so honest with him and keeping it real. I think he, that kind of, that didn't really help when it came to his parents, because he them as liars. And then Tariq was like, you only care about yourself. Uncle Tommy, Mom, me, we all know you just selfish. Maybe if Raina knew, you only cared about yourself, maybe she would be alive. I was like, all right.
Now you going too far. Really?
Going too far. What are we doing here? If Ghost was a more coordinated drunk, Tariq, you would have had some scars.
Heck yeah, you would have had a 2-piece and a biscuit. Maybe even some dipping sauce.
Yeah. That sounds good. Okay, so and so he was like, well, I'm going back to school, Ghost. I was like, oh,
little mother father.
This is the
turn.
How
you gonna get there? I ain't paying for it.
Yeah. And so he leaves. And so of course Tasha, she kind of peeps in behind the corner a little bit. Then she like started to come out when it started to get physical. He was like, see, Tasha, this is why we don't tell these kids they don't get it. And I'm like, well, Raina got
like, James.
Miss K, she said at that point, Tariq just wanted the truth so he can use it as an excuse to be in the game like his father. I don't believe Tariq wanted the truth just to have it. He definitely felt entitled. Yes.
I agree.
Yeah. Definitely right. Patty 718 said I was cracking up at this. Yes, it was hilarious. Like, oh my God. Y'all Queen said, yes, Monique left out there for the Wolves with Kanan. He needed to know that exactly.
Yeah.
This was a good scene, y'all. Definitely a good scene. So he gets his other daddy to take him to school.
Look, you don't need that, nigga.
Say it again. Say it again.
So silly.
Go ahead. Give us a few lines.
You don't need that, nigga. I'll drop you back to school. Go up there and sell these pills for me.
Oh gosh. Just like a good pappy that took him to school, whatever. He was like, I would tell you happy birthday and all, but it seemed kind of effed up. He offered lean and everything. He was like, nah, I'm good. I'm pretty much he quit.
You don't want no lean, no nigga.
Sit your behind down.
You don't want no lean, no nigga.
So stupid. Oh gosh. Support game. I don't think I didn't notice that. What was you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Support game. Teresi tells Mom that Tommy's over there embezzling money. Not embezzling money, cleaning his money through truth.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, they're like jackpot bingo. And I'm like, oh hell no. But he did kind of seem like a little somber about it. Like he didn't necessarily want to do it. How do y'all feel like Teresi was feeling at this point?
He's a snitch. He feel like doodle. He just told his son, like, if you snitching on somebody that you supposed to be loyal to and saying all of that, and you did it, you just ratted on your son.
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
It was where he was justifying his behavior, but also giving a little inkling in his little, his booklet, his bylaws, his rules about how he handled himself. So, Tommy. So support can be said. Tariq saw Kanan more of a father, uncle figure than Ghost. Sad, definitely. So Ghost goes to the church, child. And this fool got the nerve to say that it's God's fault that Raina gone. And in addition to God, it's Tasha and Tariq's fault. He blamed all of them for Raina's death. So the Reverend was like, so where was you at? He was like, well, I was in prison. He was like, okay, for what? He said, well, for protecting somebody. And so he's pretty much saying, like, long story short, it's telling Ghost like he's not holding himself accountable. Like, I'm like,
right.
Ghost, are you really that flawed? Like, you really don't think you have nothing to do with this? Like, what do y'all feel like?
He was in such denial talking to that preacher. Like, he blamed everybody but himself.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
A mess. So he, the Reverend asked, so, what do you think, pretty much what Raina, will want you to do, whatever. And he was like, be a better man. And he was like, well, you got to be a better man for yourself. And so he was like, so we kind of see like Ghost is trying to be a better person. We're going to have to see how that handles, how that evolves. And he asked Ghost, like, where did you lose your way? And then this raggedy fool found his way to Angela's doorstep again. Mm-hmm. And she kind of looked, I'm like, Angie, I'm gonna need you to move for real. Like, I'm done with visitors for the day. But she still feels guilty about leaving.
I don't know. Everybody come to our house. Sax,
Proctor.
Everybody been at her house.
The only person I ain't been there is probably Tamika.
Everybody be there next.
And Big Mama. That's my
Big.
Them kids been there, slept on that hard floor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a mess that was. What a mess.
So she closed the door, but she kind of closed it like she was about to get it popping. Like she was like, I need to get this aggression. Like it felt like real sexual when she, closed that door. So we gonna see. But pretty much, that's how the episode ended with, the door being closed and probably have to deal with Angie.
And her opening it. Just come on in.
Come over and come over. If Angela was smart, she should have moved out in advance like Dre did. Child, yes. Patty said his entire life seemed like denial. That's why Tariq can't take accountability for nothing as well. Yes. And now I can see, based on what we see in book 2, I do see Tariq taking more accountability now, being more self-aware than Ghost. So I feel like in certain aspects, he's more advanced than Ghost, in how Ghost is, or would have been or was at Tariq's age. Do y'all think Tariq's on track to be a better version of Ghost, or
somewhat, but not all the way? He's not there yet.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely not there yet.
Yeah,
he gotta learn how to fight. He still has to learn how to fight.
That's facts. I'm sure Ghost had hands back then, but he needed to have hands. He was in the hood. Tariq ain't need no hands in Tribeca. So, but he definitely needs to start hitting the gym or something. I don't know. I mean, a blicky helps, but sometimes you can't, get access to that. This was a good episode, very lengthy. I had a feeling it was going to be hard to cover in an hour, so I appreciate y'all for coming through and sharing y'all thoughts. DeMarcus, you said, can you see Tommy as a snitch now? Yeah, I definitely, we know probably is leading, and between this season and like most of season 6, a lot of things are still blurry. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this rewatch. But based on what we see now, I feel like so many people have different definitions of snitch. Like some people
Mm-hmm.
in the game and you tell you're a snitch. If you're not in the game, you tell you're a snitch or not a snitch. So so many definitions. To way Teresi put it, based on Teresi's definition, Tommy is not a snitch. But yeah, I can consider Tommy a snitch based on what it seems like he's about to do when it comes to helping the Jimenez. And that's crazy how Teresi is such an influence on Tommy, because Tommy was so gun-ho about snitching and being on code, but just Tony telling him his definition of a snitch, Tommy then went over there and kind of changed his model on how he deal with life.
Yeah.
Tommy with a daddy, we don't need it. Oh gosh, but that's pretty much it, you guys. So Monique, what do you have going on your channel before we get out of here?
Yes, so tomorrow it is reality TV talk with me and Nita the Diva at 7:30. So y'all tune in for that and show us some love.
Yes, reality talk is a lot going on over there.
Yes.
Housewives and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus. Moochie, what's going on over there? You got a lot going on
Well,
with Shy and
y-
stuff. What's up?
yeah, I got some stuff in the works. I am gonna do a trailer breakdown of the shop. Please keep your notifications on, and Friday we will be doing trending topics.
Okay. All right. I swear this whole week I've been losing. I keep forgetting what day it is. But today is Wednesday.
I know.
So tomorrow, I'm covering episodes 5 and 6 of my forced rewatch. So please stay tuned for that. I appreciate your support in advance because the rewatch is real special for me. Okay. So please stay tuned at 8:15 tomorrow, 8:10 on Friday, the Pretty Thorough podcast with Willow and I. Mondays I do winning time, and of course, next Wednesday I am taking a break. I have a family event, and I'm doing like a special like forced live in 2 weeks in this same time slot. So please stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's it. Of course, we have Top Boy coming up. I will be covering that. And the Continental, I'll be covering that too next month, which is a spinoff of John Wick. So please stay tuned for all those things. And thank you, ladies, again for coming through. And you guys in the chat, thank you for coming through. Make sure y'all like the video. If y'all streaming on one channel, go to the other person's channel
And
and
like it, please. Thank you.
opportunity likers up in here, okay? But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all hump day, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Toodles.